Hello everyone. Well, today I went to Joann's and it's probably been my last time buying anything. I have pretty much gotten what I wanted, what I didn't need, bought because it was fun to buy. But things are dwindling in the store that I have close to me. So the only thing I'm going to do is keep an eye on the fabric for my niece. If they would happen to bring anything in new, which I doubt, they've got a lot of yarn in there still. That seems to be a lot of it, and some home decor stuff that I'm not really interested in. A lot of the crafting stuff is pretty much gone. So I bought all that thread when I hit the 90% off store. So they've got some sewing thread. All their sewing thread is still pretty stocked. I didn't pay attention to the price because I don't need any more thread. I bought a bunch of embroidery thread before they went liquidated, when they became liquidated, and then I found all that thread when I hit that store that was just had turned 90% off. So, and I had bought every spool of thread I could find, sewing or embroidery. Gave all the sewing thread to my niece, because I don't sew. So, and split the embroidery thread with her. So I don't need any more of that. So I think this is going to be my last haul, unless, like I said, it's something piddly here and there. So, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. So, first thing I got, paper was 60% off. A couple of these sheets are a little beat up, but when you cut them apart and use them for something, it's not going to hurt anything. They had, obviously one of those papers of mini is faded. They had 4 mini. They had 5, and somebody had tore it, like literally tore the top of it off. So I left it. But there's 4 mini they had left that were usable. And 5 Mickey. And then I had bought this the other day, and they had 1 left, so I bought it. The skates. Because they're just fun to use for whatever. I was trying to find my receipt. She threw it in here. Oh, here it is. I was looking, the Disney paper was 60 cents. It was a regular $1.49 with 60% off. And that's okay. They only had a few sheets left, so I went ahead and just grabbed it. Would I like the better deal? Yeah, but you can't be choosy when that's all they got left. Because you're not going to see it again. And if you do, it's definitely not going to be at that price. So, their paper pads were 50% off, I believe. I'm looking. Oh no, paper was these paper pads were 70% off. Okay. So these were originally $20 and I got them for $6. And I bought the 2. It's only 2 paper pads I bought because people had been showing this and I had not seen it. This actually is copyrighted this year, so apparently it was already in production when they went liquidated. So score for us. The girl at the store told me that there was actually a 6x6 paper pad that went with this too, but only thing I found was 12x12. So I don't know if there's anything else that had gone with it because, like I said, there was nothing else there. My assumption is they probably stopped production on stuff. So I got 2 of those. They had a whole bunch of these, but I only bought the 2. I didn't even really need those, but I bought them anyway. Oh, and this one's, oh, it's just the back of it's bent. I was going to say, please tell me the paper's not bent, because there was a couple of them that the paper was all bent up on. I bought I bought 6 of these. These were $1, and I think they were 50% off. I'm looking. Yeah, they were regular $1, so they were 49 cents. So I got 6. They had a whole bunch of these in my store. So I grabbed the 6 because I mean, you don't get many in a pack, but I probably won't use all those anyway. Then these, I've been watching these things to go on sale or whatever, and there was no price on them at the shelf. These were $10 at 70% off, so they were 3 a piece. So I bought 3 of them. I should have bought more, but there's 4 to a pack, so for sublimation, got those. I found they had restocked all their crochet hooks. Literally was full. I bought all of these. They're doubles. I bought a set for myself and a set for my niece. They were 50% off. So some were $1.64, some were $1.14, just depending on the size. Most looks like it was $1.64, but yeah, couldn't pass that up. I mean, that's the first time I've seen these stocked probably, well, ever, because I don't ever go back there. So that was, I mean, they were loaded with hooks. That was a score. They had a bunch of these yarn needles, and I don't know what they're for, but I bought them anyway, because I figured, well, we might need them someday. Those were I don't see them. Crochet hooks. The koozies. Here they are. These were $2.29 at 50% off, so they were $1.14. Plastic yarn needles. I went ahead and bought 2 each. 2 for me and 2 for my niece. I don't know what they're used for, what the different sizes are, but I figured we might need them for something. So I got those, and then when I went to North Carolina last weekend, or this past weekend, we went to the store in Winston-Salem. They didn't have any Tim Holtz, you guys. But I told my niece I wanted to find more of these folios that he came out with. Or it's dated 2024. I wanted more of these ideology. This was the one I made for the Sunflower Festival, which I haven't showed it on camera or nothing. But this was the one that was this one. And I decorated it, and it was easy to decorate, and I said, I need to buy more of those to sell at the Sunflower Festival. Wished I had gotten more when I was there. So, I kicked myself. Go to the store in Winston-Salem, they have 0. They have no Tim Holtz at all. So, I was a little bummed, and I had to go to the dentist today. That's why I went to Joann's today. I was going to go later in the week. But since I was already out, I just went ahead and went. Alright, 2, 4. They had 8 of these left. These are a different folio than what I have that I bought, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. We'll make it work. These things were $9. They were on clearance, 70% off. I got them for $2.70. So I bought all they had. So that was a score. Well, I done lost my other receipt again. Oh, it's in the floor. I ended up going in there twice, and I'll show you, or I took my stuff to the car and went back because I had made a decision, and I'll show you why in a minute. But these fat quarters were 50% off. They were $3. They were $1.50, and I thought those were cute to put make some kind of applique for kids. Okay. Then, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I like them. Optic frames. 2024 is the copyright on those. $5.99 at 70% off. They were $1.80. So they had more than just these. I just bought the 4 because I don't know what I'm going to do with those. But, they had some dies there. I wasn't sure if I had one of these. And if I do, I'll just pass it on. And this one has 43 dies in it. It's an alpha. It's called Alphanumeric Bulletin. It was regularly $41. And I believe that because I'm sure that was not cheap with all the dies in it. It was 70% off. And it ended up being $12.30. $28.69 came off of that. So that was a steal. Then I got Modern Floristry. It was regularly $25, 70% off. It was $7.50. That's the one I don't know if I have. This one I know I don't have. This one's called Abstract Elements. Again, $25 minus 70%. It was $7.50. So that was, these were good finds because I know I don't have that one and I know I don't have that one. This one I might, but for $13 or for $7.50, yeah, this was an awesome deal to get an alpha set. I have some alphas, but not that big, so I was kind of happy to get that. They had a couple more of that set. I only needed one. Now, then I went back in because I had to. Because I just couldn't leave it. Let me put these in here so I don't lose them. That will be what I end up doing, is losing them. Alright. I don't have one of these. I don't really have any reason to have one. But here you go. Because I have so many little machines, it's not funny. This was $58. It was on clearance, 70% off for $17.40. This is a steal. I don't have his little machine, and he's going to quit making products now this year. After this year, he's going to focus more on like demoing and stuff like that. So I thought this was the perfect opportune time to pick this up. So you get a little stamp set, a die set, a little embossing folder, and then the 2 plates in that. So I thought that was a good deal for $18. No, I can't get it back in. There we go. So, but that's not it. That's just a smidgen. Guys, this machine is now 70% off. This machine is now $100. So I bought another one. I'm cleaning up my basement, and I'm going to put some shelving units over. There's supposed to be a bathroom built down here. I don't need a bathroom down here because the bathroom is right up. When you go up the steps, there's a bathroom right there. Besides the master bathroom. It's really pointless for me to waste my money to build a bathroom. Plus, you can put the washer and dryer down here too, but there's also a washer and dryer hookup upstairs, so that's where the washer and dryer are. So, it has become a junk collection back there. Whoops, sorry. Where the bathroom is supposed to be. So, I'm straightening it up, and I want to put shelving units back there, like from Lowe's, nothing major. Just something I can stack stuff on. And these two, right now, they're just going to be in the floor until I can get this thing cleaned up over here. I started cleaning it up already. It's going to take a little bit to clean up the junk over there. But, so these two will go on the shelf as whatever's. But I couldn't resist it for $100, you guys. So the one in Winston-Salem had no machines of any kind, like Cricut, nothing that I saw. So if you can find these, the ones in my store were 70% off now. So this ended up being listed at $329, 70% off. I saved $231. So, and I think I put in my last, when I hauled this the first time, I think at the time, I think scrapbook.com may have had one for $250 or something like that. So finding this for $100, plus if he's not designing anymore, you may not see these with his name on them again. So, you know, I just had to buy them. Anyway, they still had like 2 or 3 more left over there. I'm not buying another one. I don't need another one. But if you do find them, grab it up. It's $100. Yeah, you can't touch this even on clearance for $100. So that's a good deal. It's a steal. So that is my Joann's haul and my last haul, more than likely. So kind of bittersweet, but my paycheck will like me. So, so if you have a Joann's, keep checking back at the sales because they're getting better. My store was clearing out of their paper, and it's the text weight paper. They never had cardstock except for the plain cardstock. The pattern was always text weight. So, but that's starting to clear out in there now. So I think by the time they get to last day, there's probably not going to be much paper left in there to go buy at my store at least. So. Keep checking back though. Again, it's bittersweet because we know why we got the good prices. But anyway, that's my haul for today, and that's going to be my last Joann's. And I do have a video I made yesterday and forgot to post of my Anna Griffin Create Crop at Home 5 projects I made. I need to post that this evening, hopefully. So anyway, just wanted to give you a share of what I found and what I got. So I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.